Welcome into the Main Event Broadcasting Network today as we sit down with graduate assistant women's soccer coach Shelby Forza to talk about her new position with the team.
Coach Forza, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Taking a few minutes off the field, as you guys are right in the middle of the season right now, to join us here in the studio. We appreciate it. First, let's talk a little bit about your experience coming here to Piedmont. What was your road like to get here? Where were you before, and what has that been like?
Well, I was at Wingate University before, and I played there 4 years, and I went home after I graduated, kind of did a couple of things, was still playing, and I started getting some coaching experience, and that kind of led me to Piedmont. Okay,
very good. Coaching experience and the playing experience. Talk a little bit about not only what you had at Wingate, which is a Division II, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, a Division II member. Talk a little bit about the experience you had afterwards and how that kind of steered you to coaching.
Well, after Wingate, I didn't want to be done with soccer.
Okay.
I love the sport. I've always loved it. It's always been like the biggest thing in my life. And so after I played for a women's team, and we won our division and stuff like that in 2014, and it was awesome. And then I started coaching little kids, and that's when I kind of thought, well, I've gone as far as I can go right now, so why not take my experience and translate it into coaching?
Very cool. All right. So talk a little bit about your coaching experience now, stepping in here. How have you kind of used your experiences in the first couple months here at Piedmont to help you in your coaching career as you started in college?
Well, it's been a little difficult because I was coaching little kids, and I'm always looking down at them or getting on my knees trying to talk to them in the eye. But I think it really started with being a personal trainer at home, and having that level of fitness really made me want to start coaching at a higher level, and maybe this is definitely something I want to do with my life in the future.
Very cool. When you play for some good coaches too at Wingate, talk a little bit about the experience that you had from them and what you learned from them that have now kind of applied to your coaching career. Is there anything you picked up from them that you kind of use now?
Well, I did play under Gary Cernine. He was a big influence at Wingate, and I think he really pushed me to be the best player that I could, not just on the field, but off the field as well. My biggest strength was my positivity and my mentality on the game.
Very cool.
So using that, I see a couple of people struggling mentally in certain things, so I like helping them focus just on 3 things, and then we go from there.
Very cool, very cool. And of course, you're from abroad as well, coming over from Canada, straight down. How long was the drive, of course, first to get down here, and then what have you kind of taken from your international experience, the fact that you stepped over as a player into another country, what did you learn there that's kind of helped you in the coaching career too?
Well, yep, I'm from Canada.
Of course.
I've got to throw it in there. I guess coming down here and just leaving when I was 17 to come down to play, it really made me step up and be independent. I used to be that really shy person that was always like, Mom, can you do this? Mom, can you do that? And so it really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and I kind of like that. So now I'm back down here, and it's pushing me again. So now I have more responsibilities, and I focus on different things. And I'm trying to take what I know that I might have been lacking in college and helping the girls have that now.
Very cool. And you've had a few months now to get used to Coach Andrew a little bit, worked under him a little bit. What have you learned from him in the early going, and how's it kind of applied now?
I think I've learned a lot so far. Having a huge roster is definitely one of the bigger things. It's easy to make a small-sided thing, but then applying it to 36 people is kind of difficult, and I like how he always has everyone playing. That was a big thing for me. And I know when we had a big roster in Wingate, some people didn't get to play. And I was like, I like how he goes through everyone and gives everyone a chance.
Yeah, I think that helps with the competition as well. You've seen the training and that kind of stuff too. So it's been great. And it really has been fun having you on board. Coach Forza, we look forward to the rest of the couple seasons here you got with us.
Thanks
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining us on the Main Event Broadcasting Network as we sat down today with Shelby Forza, new graduate assistant women's soccer coach with the Piedmont College Lady Lions. We'll see you next time here on the network.